What's going on, family? My name is Alam. This is another Toronto Hoop Talk live stream. I'm joining this game a couple minutes into it. We got Kings and Raptors going on right now. 4-3, Siakam at the free throw line. About a minute and a half into this game. Yeah, people, the pizza party is on the line. So, for those of you guys who I'm sure a lot of you guys know, um, Darko promised the team dinners on him if they get 3 wins. They got 3 wins in a row. They got two. This one is for the pizza party people. Um, and we got a crazy twist thrown into things before the game with the Shams Sharania report that the Kings are developing into a very strong suitor for Pascal Siakam. So thank you, Sacramento, for giving me a whole lot of talking points for this live stream. Because y'all know, if you guys have tapped into these streams, that there's not always stuff to talk about. If I'm here for about 2.5 hours straight and the game is maybe occupying about 48 minutes of that, maybe free throw time adds about an hour. There's a lot that we have to just talk about that's not specifically game related. So thank you to the Kings for giving us that Pascal Siakam report. And then apparently the Kings pulled out of the trade literally about an hour after the fact, which I think tells the whole story right then and there. But we will flush it all out, people. There's a game going on at the same time, 4-4. De'Aaron Fox just blew by somebody to the rim. God damn it. Keegan Murray wide open from three, gets and knocks it down. But I'll get the scoreboard up on the screen. For the sake of the replay, people, I got the Bleacher. I put the Bleacher Report one up because it's the most accurate or the most similar to what I'm doing. Scotty responds with his own three. So yeah, this is the first late night stream that I'm doing on the channel ever. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see if people are actually interested in this stuff, especially on a Friday night. 7:30 on a Tuesday, I figure, yeah, people might not have anything to do. 10 o'clock on a Friday night, we're going to see how committed Raptors fans are to their stuff. Quick start to this game, 16 points in the first 3 minutes. The Raptors games recently have been high scoring. Quickly is fouled driving to the basket. But yeah, shout out to everybody who's watching live right now. Shout out to everybody who's going to catch this on replay after the fact. Both different kinds of viewers are appreciated. If you appreciate what I'm doing, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The content is free, but I accept payment in the form of engagement, people. Likes and subscriptions are two very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. So make sure you guys run those numbers up if you appreciate what I'm doing and want to support. Pirtle catches it as the roll, man. Siakam, somebody traveled. God damn it. I don't want to plug this charger in real quick, but yeah. Okay, so basically, my take on Pascal Siakam and the trade rumors is that I think that's cap. I think it's all it's strategy. So, you guys, right? I'm sure a bunch of you guys have. I'm sure some of you guys have watched my stuff earlier in the summer. Maybe like late June throughout July. I did a lot of, I guess, rumors based live streams where we just talked about what's going on. And one of the things I talked about when talking about rumors is you have to factor in our front office and the way things tend to go for our front office whenever you read anything like this, because our front office does not leak. When the Kawhi trade happened, that was not a leak. When the Quickly and RJ trade happened, that did not leak. We picked Grady. That did not leak. Even our interest in Grady didn't leak. Because, yeah, sure, apparently we picked Grady because we didn't expect him to fall. But that's all good fun or whatever. But a lot of what we actually do doesn't get leaked. So I was skeptical initially, right? And the thing is like you have to understand the media machine in sports and what the purpose is of every player in the space. And the purpose of media is essentially to service the upper management of these teams. So it's very much a you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of environment. If media members put out the stories that teams want them to put out for them to further their own interests, they will again like return the favor and maybe give some news to that reporter to break when there's actually news to break, and that'll then like help them, and basically both people are there to benefit each other. So when you see something like this, something so speculative, right, you have to think, A person like Shams did not just make that up out of nowhere. He has a source. Who would the source be? Would the source be Sacramento or Toronto? There's no really other answer. There's nobody else that would have that type of insight. It makes no sense for Sacramento to leak that and draw a whole lot of attention onto their own trade pursuits and maybe signal another team who has interest to come in with an offer. They wouldn't do that. So it only makes sense for Toronto to put out. If Toronto's putting out this Pascal Siakam stuff, again, knowing that they're a team that doesn't actually leak real stuff, for them to put it out, you have to think, okay, what is the aim here? And the aim here would be to raise the trade value. The aim would be to draw some interest. Maybe they think the trade market is stagnant. Maybe they think what's going on is it's not moving the way they want it to move. So you do something like that to kickstart the market for Pascal Siakam, and that's really what I think we saw. I don't think real stuff leaks from this front office. I think strategic, self-serving stuff leaks. So I think the fact that news came out is strategic and self-serving to the Raptors, and I think the fact that the Kings pulled out of the trade discussions an hour later in a report where Shams actually clarified that, hey, the situation is fluid, I think that tells you everything you need to know. I don't think we need to take this stuff seriously. In the sense that something's impending. I think the fact that we put that out means that we probably will trade Pascal Siakam at some point. But yeah, I don't think a guy like Pascal would get traded to Sacramento while he's there in Sacramento when the news gets broken beforehand by Shams Charania. Like, again, when have any of our big moves ever leaked? It's not what this front office does. So yeah, the Pascal Siakam to Sacramento stuff I think is fascinating. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. But I think that I never bought it in the first place. All the news that we're hearing is that Keegan Murray is not on the table for the Kings. Now, I don't know how much I buy that, but I think I saw Michael Granger's post about how Sacramento has 2 max level players already. Because they have 2 max level players, you're trading for Siakam. You have to have a plan for how you're going to build a team with three max level players. You're going to have a plan in place already for how that's going to go. If you don't, and you're trading for a free agent, I doubt that Toronto is going to get enough compensation back for it to be worth their while. This is an important thing to keep in mind. It seems like Pascal's will is to stay in Toronto. And that's what he actually wants for himself. He doesn't really want to be anywhere else. So if that's the case, Toronto kind of has the upper hand in that we have the best chance in free agency because he wants us the most. And we can offer him the most money. So if we have the best chance in free agency, it doesn't make sense for us to trade him at rental prices. And if Sacramento doesn't have a plan for their cap to accommodate 3 high salary players, then it is what it is. A trade won't happen there. So that's where we are, people. We also, again, there is a game going on. I guess the other side of this is we get a chance to watch Keegan Murray. He's a player that I think a lot of people have identified as a very good asset. Hypothetically, a good asset for the Raptors. He had a game where he hit a bunch of threes. He's not a player I think the average basketball fan has had a chance to watch that much. But it's interesting. I think Keegan Murray and Scotty Barnes in back-to-back drafts had kind of the same story going into the draft. Hey, we got Jonte Porter checking into the game. Oh, it's early, too. What time? Oh, 6:44. We got Jonte Murray minutes early. I mean, sorry, Jonte Porter. God, I'm thinking Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray was escaping out of my mind. Bad turnover, Jonte. Bad turnover, Jonte. That's not fun. Ooh, bad rim protecting Jonte. Jonte Porter had a really rough 30 seconds there. Boy. De'Aaron Fox had him looking silly. He had himself looking silly on the other side of the court. Pascal Siakam doing Pascal Siakam things. De'Aaron Fox is too small. But yeah, so this is Keegan Murray watch for Raptors fans, because that's the piece on this roster that would be worth our while. Again, it's not. I sincerely doubt that most Raptors fans, are sitting here and or sitting on an average night waiting for the game to start at 10, sitting up and watching the whole 48 minutes till about like 12:30 in the morning Eastern time to watch Keegan Murray. We don't see a ton of full Keegan Murray games, so we're going to get a chance to see that. But yeah, he was kind of the Scotty Barnes of his draft. He was the player that was picked higher than expected. Everybody kind of questioned it. Everybody wondered why is this guy getting drafted here? But then pretty early, even as early as summer league, both players showed kind of flashed their potential, and then it just like their whole rookie year, it just kept going. The momentum just kept building, and it became pretty clear why they were picked at the place they were picked. So we got a turnover from Sacramento again, 16-16 early. Looks like we're on pace for fireworks. Dennis is checking into the game. I really like Dennis as a bench point guard. I like how he's fit into that role. I think he was a bit in over his head at a starting point guard, but deeper than being in over his head, it's also no free throws for IQ. That's tough. That's tough. My screen just blacked out. Oh, it rejoined the game at a Keegan Murray jumper as he knocks it in. But yeah, I think the role of Dennis on the bench actually suits him better than the role of playing next to Siakam and Barnes. So it's not even just the level of players he's playing against, right? It's what's asked of him. What's asked of him to when he plays with the bench units, I think makes a lot more sense than what's asked of him when he would start besides Siakam and Barnes. Ooh, Harrison Barnes hits the 3. 5-point lead for Sacramento. Jonte from 3 rims out. Hey, we need you to hit those shots if you're going to turn the ball over and get cooked at the rim the way he did his first 2 possessions of this game. Oy, 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 oy. Then he kind of has to leave his man in the corner, so that's a little bit more understandable. But again, Harrison Barnes gets an open corner 3 off Jonte Porter leaving him. So his stint in this game is already much worse than his stint in the other game, which I thought was fine. Like I think he deserves this opportunity. And look, we're not in a good enough place as a team to say to turn our nose up at promising prospects is gassing it too much, but just prospects that are deemed to be worth an opportunity. So I'm fine with Jonte playing. But yeah, this game has not gone his way. Free throws for RJ Barrett. Shout out to Domantas Sabonis. Quietly one of the cleaner fades in the NBA. It's not as crisp right now, but I've seen some amazing fades on Domantas. RJ made the first, makes the second. 3-point game with 3:42 to go, people. I think the buckets have slowed down a little bit in the last couple minutes. We're not at such a crazy frenetic pace anymore. Oh boy, it's bad. It's real bad with Jonte Porter right now. Sabonis just goes right through him, finishes the and one over him. This has been a bad stint for sure. Moments like this, you realize maybe I shouldn't have hated as hard as I did with that young. But McDaniels checks into the game for the first time since the trade. I think his spot in the rotation was effectively taken away by the trade. But Gary Trent's not playing today. Jonte as a roller, misses the shot, gets fouled. Okay, a chance for him to get on the scoreboard. Hopefully, he can get a bit of a rhythm. Um, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't mean to be critical on Jonte Porter. I don't think the point is like to highlight his mistakes or anything. But like the thing with Porter is that like he's persevered through crazy injuries. Like I think he's torn his ACL and MCL like 3 times before the age of like, because he's 24 now. So before the age of 23, this guy had hella ACL tears. So like a lot of respect for persevering through that and pushing through and still like putting yourself in a position where you still have a crack at making your dreams come true. But like, it's not going good right now, big man. It's not going good. um, but yeah, this lineup is actually Quickly, Pascal, and the bench. So that's a unique combination. I don't know if we've seen Pickley combined Pascal and Quickly. I don't think we've seen Quickly, Pascal on the bench before. Okay, so Quickly looks off of open Jonte Porter 3 to take a contested mid range, which I think is completely fine, by the way. But I think if anything, it shows you a little bit about like how he looks at Jonte. Oh boy, McDaniels got crossed up by Monk at the. That's Monk, right? Yeah, at the top of the arc. Quickly. Ooh, gets the foul. Okay. Makes sense. I didn't see the contact. So I was a little bit disappointed at the finish. And that's the kind of finishing that I think is up and down with him. But great play there by Quickly. And like what you saw there by Quickly is something you stop seeing happen to the Raptors. And it's frankly just it's so nice to see this again. But when a player catches the ball at the 3-point line and there's such a threat from 3, that a player has to come out and sprint at them, not lazily move forward and kind of like, you know, slowly get to the 3-point line, not having to worry too much about the 3 being hit in your face. Somebody that actually has to sprint out and forget, what that does or what that means in terms of quickly being able to put the ball in the basket for 3 points. But look at that from the standpoint of like, him being able to get that defender to blow by him and attack the closeout generated a very good look. And as a team, you can generate a lot of opportunities if you can honestly just get defenders to blow by 3-point shooters. It's such an effective way to create a 5-on-4. And yeah, it's just something we don't have a lot of guys. We didn't have any guys with the skill set for a while. We have some decent guys at it now. But yeah, it's an effective way to play basketball. If you can get players that are a threat from 3, who are effective at closing out on 3s, and Quickly just did a great. It was a great example there what Quickly just did. So I think I saw him do it against Memphis as well, or I saw it happen. Like if you look for it, you'll notice it. But against Memphis, when he went around the screen, Jaren Jackson had to come out and just like sprint at him. And again, just like in that case specifically, again, Quickly has the ability to pump fake and go around him, shoot it before he gets there. But also in a situation like that with a pick, he has the ability to dish it to a guy like Pirtle on the short roll, give him open and easy opportunities. And he's a player that has a little push shot, has the ability to make easier finishes around the basket, but also can pass pretty well from those situations. So it's one of the best situations you can put a player like Jakob Pertl in. I'm talking about you want to get productivity from a guy like Jakob Pertl, have him run the pick and roll with a dynamic 3-point shooter and somebody who can command the defense to come out to guard against the 3 and give Jakob short roll opportunities. That's when you're going to see the best of Jakob Pertl. And yeah, Quickly is the only guy who has the skill set to be able to put Jakob in those situations. So it looks like the minutes that we're going to get to here, we got no De'Aaron Fox and we got IQ on the court. So it'd be nice to make a little run here. We're stuck 5 points. I lied. I just realized we have Jonte Porter on the court. They have Sabonis. That's the inverse of that. Like us having our point guard and them having a backup in is kind of neutralized by the fact that they have Sabonis playing against Jonte Porter. And Jonte Porter is already like kind of struggling with him. So no delusions there about how that matchup's going to go. None whatsoever. Makes both. Toronto in the bonus for the final 2.5 minutes. They're stuck 3. What is that? Foul off the ball. Looks like an inbound situation. Scotty Barnes checking in for IQ. Scotty Barnes checking in for IQ. You love to see that. Looking at the lineup here, the Kings lineup, like, it's kind of small. I feel like they have 3 guards on the court. Herter is like the 3rd biggest player. And Herter is like he's a 2. Oh, what a pass from Herter to Mitchell. Damn, I did not know that was in his bag. I did not know that was in his bag. Dennis and 1. Hell of a response. Hell of a response from Dennis. But man, I did not know Herter could do that. Collapse the defense by touching the paint and then first of all, the fact that he saw Davion Mitchell behind a crowd of like 3-4 tall ass players and then had the ability to make that pass. I did not know. I was unfamiliar with your game, Red Velvet. I apologize. Oh, Mitchell almost got stripped by Scotty. Sabonis with Jonte. Double team comes. We recover well defensively because Lyles ends up shooting a contested 3, but he does make it over Dennis. Scotty, pull up, misses the jumper. Davion. Davion pull up 3 after the make. Oh my God. It's one of those great misses. It's a tough thing to rebound. Like, it's a tough ball to rebound, but it's going into a location where you kind of have to commit to trying to get it, because if you don't and the other team's player does, they have a chance to get it as well. And yeah, my man McDaniels knocks the ball out of bounds off the miss, and the Kings get another possession. Kings are up 6, 31-25. It's just too easy for Sabonis right now. It's just too easy with Jonte Porter on the court. God damn it. 8-point game. McDaniels from 3. Why did I even get my hopes up? Trey Lyles, open 3. He made the contested 1. He makes the open 1 as well. And the game has been blown. Has been blown open a little bit. 36-25, an 11-3 run over the last 2 minutes for the Kings. It's a foul by Davion Mitchell here. We're going to get put on the free throw line to cut this down to single digits, but tough end to the quarter here. Now, granted, we might be stuck 9. We were stuck maybe like 7 or 8 against Memphis at some point before the game turned. But yeah, the Kings have a better record than Memphis. That being said, Memphis was missing Ja for 25 games. But yeah, you can't bank on making these type of come from behind wins consistently. Chris Boucher is checked in for Jonte Porter, and that probably is going to be the end of Jonte's minutes today. Really, really rough outing. And yeah, the veteran Chris Boucher checks in. I guess credit to Darko for pulling the plug, like not letting the failed experiment run for too long, but Sabonis was a bit too tough of a matchup. Like we needed to play Jonte with the Kings backup big. You're talking about a guy making the jump from the G League to playing against Sabonis. What a defensive possession from Dennis there. Didn't bite at anything. Contested the hell out of the three. Forced a really bad air ball. Raptors stuck 9, 36-27. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the game, people. So far, defensively, more of the same. Like, we just can't really defend people anymore. And I don't really get my hopes up, or I don't really invest too much in trying to figure out, like, what is it going to take to get this unit to play good ball defensively? I just kind of at this point assume that they aren't. I'm going to look into the stats real quick, but that's not something I have a whole lot of commentary on because, like, for me, that just is what it is. It's not good. But what's it called? Where are the stats? But yeah, offensively, that's what I'm looking at. We're shooting 37% from the field. They're shooting 52. When you see that, you might say a 9-point game is a good thing for us. Oh, geez. We're 11 for 11 from the free throw line. They're 0 for 3. That's the disparity that makes the field goal percentage, like, that's why. Because literally, I just said it. I'm like, okay, one team shooting 37, one team shooting 52. That should be more than a 9-point game. But the reason it isn't like a blowout is because we're outscoring them by 11 at the free throw line in one quarter. 11 for 11 in one quarter. And that being said, I don't necessarily think that these are bad calls or anything, and they shouldn't be the case. But that is the big thing here is that we have managed to get 11 free throws, and it's a crucial thing for us. We're getting out rebounded. Bad start all around. In terms of guys missing their shots, it's really Jakob and Quickly who are combined 0 for 5 from the field, but everybody else, like, it's not that bad. Again, like, we're gonna have to tighten up defensively, which in the last game, I think we had one good defensive quarter. It was the second quarter, so we'll see if we can put a good second quarter in today. But yeah, 1, 3, and 5, 1, 3, and 4 last game. Not the best defensive quarters. Well, we're starting the second quarter. RJ inbounding to Dennis. The Kings are picking up full court. Chris Boucher has to come back to get the inbounds pass. RJ Barrett to Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes to a cutting McDaniels. Passes it to Dennis. To be honest, good movement and good decision by McDaniels. It's just unfortunate with the bench that we have right now without a guy like Gary Trent. We really don't have the shooting like that. Like, Dennis is one of the better players we could get to take that shot. You know he's going to miss that. Bro, who's number 00? Is that JaVale McGee? Damn, Malik Monk gets a good look. McDaniels kind of left a little. He went a little bit too crazy with the help defending. Dennis. Great move by Dennis to get to the basket. One of the sharper games from Dennis Schroeder so far on both sides of the court. Cuts the deficit to 7. Okay. Pull up 3 by De'Aaron Fox. Can't do much about that. A respectable contest. Just a good player making a tough shot. Scotty Barnes takes the step back. I was queuing up saying, "Oh, that's another good player taking a good, just making a good shot," but he missed. Trey Lyles, bro. Trey Lyles is having his Kevin Knox game. Two tough contested threes, hit an open three as well. That's 9 points for Trey Lyles. Barrett gets to the basket, but bro, Trey Lyles probably outscoring our whole bench. Honestly, hold up. Let me see how many points our bench has. Let me see this real quick. Another basket from Phoenix. Our bench has. I lied. Dennis is keeping our bench afloat, but our bench has 9 points. Trey Lyles himself has 9 points. Now, granted, King's bench only has 3 other points from Mitchell, but those are 4 threes. Not the easiest. Like, actually, no, I lied. 2 of them were open. But yeah, Scotty hits a corner three. Foul on Barrett off the ball. On this Scotty three, great find by RJ as well. Good court vision there, which is something that I'm highlighting because, like, for other players, you could say that's a standard pass. But for RJ Barrett, like, sometimes the seeing the court thing isn't always there. So gotta highlight when it is and give him credit. Chris Boucher fouls JaVale McGee on attempted alley-oop poster. Good job by Chris. Because JaVale McGee, you put him on the line. It's like putting Jakob Poeltl on the line. I'm pretty certain you're probably going to get a split. I'm pretty certain. Somehow gets the first one to go. His form looks terrible. Shot looks like it doesn't have much arc on it. Hit the rim or hit the backboard, something. It hit something twice. Then it went in. Okay, JaVale McGee, second one. Damn, he made both. Bro, JaVale McGee's out here making both free throws. And we can't even get that from the Raptors, like, more than here and there. Dennis. Dennis is having a game, people. He's having a game. Keeping our bench unit alive on his own. Bro, how is De'Aaron Fox that open? How is he that open? I felt that way about damn, Dennis, pull up three. Can't get it to fall. That would have been amazing if he hit that. He would have been having such a good day. Bro, how is Red Velvet also open? Who was I saying this about earlier? It was Harrison Barnes a couple of times. Bro, there's been a lot of open threes for the Kings. McDaniels gets a bucket as a cutter, making a good cut, and somebody found him. I think it was Scotty. Or De'Aaron Fox just using his speed to get to the basket and then getting 2 guys to jump on a pump fake. Oh. So I saw Scotty, when he saw RJ kind of get in front of him and then cut towards the basket, you can see him talking to him, and he said something to him. I guess directing him where to go, and then he looked for him with the pass and it didn't go in. That sucks. Siakam in transition. Boucher, open three. Bro, that's about as far in a shot can be without going in. That's the tech. Wow, that is such a classic example of a shot rimming out. Well, after a JaVale McGee alley-oop, we got a timeout. We got stopping the play. It's a 12-point game. It looked like the Raptors were kind of getting their footing a little bit in this quarter, and it's all gone left again. It is what it is, people. Tough second quarter. Again, the pizza party is hanging in the balance. The fate of the pizza party is hanging in the balance. Looks like the Kings might disrupt the party. But yeah, they're doing their thing. I feel like this is the kind of team they are. They are going to score points. Now, I don't think we're doing enough. Obviously, we're not doing enough to stop them. I also have very little faith that we would do that in the first place. We haven't really shown that we're going to be a team that can effectively defend people. Like there's no precedent of that, so I'm not quite expecting it. But against a team like the Kings, you're supposed to be able to score on them. And I don't necessarily think we're scoring at a good enough rate right now. So that's going to be the focus on, I guess, my criticism for what's happened so far in this game. We got to be scoring better. Sacramento is the kind of team that, like, I think a few teams gave them 140 last year. That's the kind of result that's possible against the Kings. So yeah, I'm looking at what we're doing offensively, and it doesn't really feel like anybody has it going but Dennis, and Dennis has it going for a bench player, but it really doesn't feel like anybody's gotten into a rhythm. We kind of look a little bit identityless right now, and I think a part of the reason we didn't look like that in the last two games after the trade is because we always had somebody had it going from the beginning, kind of, to get the ball rolling, and then other players kind of got in where they fit in around that. So yeah, without somebody getting it going at the beginning, we kind of look like we don't have an identity. But yeah, it's still early. Again, a 12-point game, like a 10-point run, can happen in 2 minutes. Like I would argue that like your average 10-point run is probably like a 2.5 minute thing. So we're only 2.5 minutes from this being a game again, and there's a lot more than 2.5 minutes left. But yeah, I got to see more from our offense. We got to be scoring more. Looks like Yak and Chris Boucher are entering the game, or are going to be in the game. Totally forgot about this angle. Totally forgot about this angle. We're going up against Jordi Fernandez, people. We're going up against Jordi Fernandez, the man that led Canada to the bronze in the FIBA World Cup, the man that has ran hella practices in the OVO Center, and the man that interviewed for the Raptors head coaching position. So he's going to get an up close and personal look at the team he could be coaching. Quickly takes, I think, a bump to the knee and gets up. He is trying to jog it off. Damn, so Jordy could have had a chance to coach RJ again. Quickly, pull up, knocks it down. Do the skip. Nah, you can't do the skip down 9. Can't do the skip down 9. He looks in pain. He's grimacing. So, hey, to shoot that shot and make it while you're in pain, that's respectable as hell. That's respectable as hell. JaVale McGee. Bro, JaVale McGee's kind of hooping on us. I think he has 6 points. That's not nice to see. If you look at the combined amount of points they have from JaVale McGee and Trey Lyles, you might be sick. Bro, 15 points from JaVale McGee and Trey Lyles. Bro, they are getting wild with it. That alley-oop look was crazy. Okay, worth noting, this is a very, very big lineup. You got Pirtle, Boucher, Siakam. Pirtle, Boucher, Siakam, Quickly, and Schroeder. So very small backcourt, very big front court. And it's generated a bit of momentum. It's a 7-point game again. Quickly with a quick 5 points. And we're back within reach, people. I talked about how quickly a 10-0 run can happen. A 7-0 run, yeah, that's a cool minute, 15-second kind of a thing. So we have a close game again, people. We have a close game again. But yeah. So something we'll have to keep an eye on is that one of the big talking points of Darko is that the adjustments aren't there and like the coaching tactics aren't there, because what we've seen, especially with Nick Nurse, is that we've seen a game not going well and then a specific tactic changing the game, whether it's a particular kind of lineup or it's a zone or it's a box and one. There's a specific tactic at play that happens and changes the game. We haven't really seen that from Darko, and that's been a big criticism. If this big lineup is something he discovered and is something that's going to work and something that's going to help the Raptors get back in this game, then he deserves credit for that switch, because this game looked like we were gonna struggle. We saw Sabonis have his way as the center for the Kings, and then we saw JaVale McGee play damn good basketball, like productive basketball. Sorry, I'm not gonna say good, but he had a very productive shift that he put in. So you see the Kings having that kind of success from the center position. We respond with a big lineup of Pirtle, Boucher, and Siakam, a very big front court, and we were able to get a bit of a run going. So hopefully that's something that he's figured out and is going to be something we stick with. Who knows? Maybe Jonte wouldn't have struggled as much if he had a bigger supporting cast around him. Maybe that's what was necessary. But yeah, man, JaVale McGee was just getting open dunks at the rim, and it kind of forced our hand a bit. But again, hopefully the game is going to be different now because we have that figured out. They forced a quick timeout from Sacramento, so clearly they want a chance to think it over. This is very good company for Scotty to be in. This stat that they're showing here about the different players to reach a certain statistical milestone in the first 35 games. Sabonis with Pirtle in front of him. If they force the ball out of Pirtle's hands, Keegan Murray loses his handle. Siakam probably could have done a better job of... Bro, what? Somebody's getting a technical free throw? When a player like Keegan Murray loses his handle in the corner, a player like Siakam, you got to go a little bit harder for the ball because you have a pretty good chance of disturbing him. Hey, ball don't lie. Not only did Monk miss, he missed badly. What's going on, Kenya? What's going on? Out here, spending my Friday night watching this game. I was pretty disappointed until about like 2-3 minutes ago. When Darko put out that lineup of Pirtle, Boucher, and Siakam in the front court, that kind of swung the game a little bit. I think the Kings aren't getting so much success from their center position at this point. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. Kings have also, their shot making has kind of fallen off a little bit. Pascal attacking Keegan. Oh, also Kenyon. I was talking earlier about the Shams Siakam to Sacramento stuff. I think you and I had a lot of conversations about stuff in July where like a lot of the talking points we had then I think still apply to this, because we were talking a lot about rumors and whatever, and like you can only really, there's so many different angles to these. There's only so many different angles to these things, right? So I think a lot of them have resurfaced again, talking about how like the front office really doesn't leak stuff. So if something is out there, it's a strategic thing, because only Toronto or Sacramento would know that if that is true. Because Shams wouldn't put bullshit out. He would put something that's well sourced out. But Sacramento would never put that out. And if we put something out, it's strategically. It's not the reality, because we don't do that. So especially before a game, and then magically the Kings pulled out about an hour after the fact. I don't think, like, I didn't buy it at all when it happened, because I know we don't leak. I especially didn't buy it after the good pass into Pirtle. I especially didn't buy it after the Kings pulled out allegedly. But yeah, you got to think about it like this. I think the most interesting talking point is, why would Toronto put that news out? It's not anything else. It's not how is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? How likely is it? Who would you want back? I don't think any of that shit is compelling. I think the most compelling thing is, why would Toronto put that out? Or if Toronto didn't put that out, who would? Would it be Pascal Siakam's people? I don't know. But yeah, I would look forward to seeing what Kenyon has to say. Bad miss by Pascal, man. He hasn't missed that badly from there. I'm gonna go ahead and say he was fouled. Just for that reason. Just off that alone. Well, Raptors made it a 4-point game, and now it is quickly a 9-point game. Keegan Murray gambles. Siakam drives. Sets up an open corner 3 for Boucher. The upgrade from Jonte to Boucher has been huge. It's been huge. Jakob, good find to Pirtle. So, bro, after 5 quick points from the Kings, Pascal sets up 5 quick points for himself. Yeah, bro, all good. Just try my best to figure out this Pascal Siakam Shams report, man. I thought it was really weird. Really weird. The Kings would not leak that. Toronto would not leak that if that was actually happening. So what the hell happened? Oh, I seem stressed, bro. If anything, it's just because like whenever we start to get our footing in this game, Sacramento starts making shots, and yeah. If anything, yo, those Jonte Porter minutes, they took a little bit of years off my life, but it might just be because it's late. They said we don't want to pay Keegan Murray, so no deal. Hold up. The Raptors don't want to pay Keegan Murray? I'm confused. Oh, the Kings. Oh yeah. Nah, come through. Keegan Murray is the currency. Oh, okay. They don't want to pay the Keegan Murray price. Fair enough. Yeah. I'll send you the link. I got you. Uh, I hit you, bro. I hit you. You got the link now. But yeah, so here's the thing, right? I understand that side of things in terms of like Keegan Murray is the piece. There's nothing really else on this team that's that interesting. So that is really like the price of admission, right? But my thing is like Toronto putting that out feels like it feels so strange, bro. Keegan Murray another 3. 11 threes for the Kings in the first half, man. 11 for 22. 50% on volume. Must be nice. Really, seriously, must be nice. Forget 50%. You thought 50% was nice? They got more than 50% now. RJ. A swipe of the fox swipes it out of bounds. Bro, 15 points. 15 points is a lot. Watching Sabonis play against our bigs has not been fun today. I'm not enjoying it. Bro, the Kings are really going to drop 70 on us in the first half. I thought for half a second, at least I'm going to get this RJ poster. I thought he was going to poster somebody real quick. That's Malik Monk? Yeah. That at least would have been a highlight. But yeah, no poster for RJ, just 2 free throws. And it's the kind of situation where, like, if he misses a free throw, you're going to be extra pissed because Siakam was just going to make the putback. So a missed free throw here means that the foul was a positive thing for the Kings. And I think that situation has to get sorted out in this sport because, like, there's no need for it. I feel like it's an easy thing to fix. Play advantage like soccer, man. He made both free throws. So it is what it is. De'Aaron Fox with RJ on him. So RJ is getting the De'Aaron Fox matchup right now. Interesting. Bro, another open 3. Another open 3. What are they shooting like now? Like 55% from 3? Harrison Barnes in the corner. What are they shooting now? 60% from 3? They're shooting 56% from 3. Bro, he got another open look. We are just gashing open looks from 3, and then a touchdown pass on the fast break goes beyond Barrett and out of bounds. Yeah, take your time. It'll probably line up nicely with halftime. And then, like, spiritually, I'm going to decide whether I'm here for a second half. It's a 19-point game. This happened quickly. I swear to God, it was 52-48, which means that the Kings are on a 24-9 run. 24-9 run, and it happened quickly. Bro, they're going to have a chance to get to 80 because they're going to have one more possession. Quickly goes right. Finds Boucher, takes a very contested 3. Air balls it, bro. They're going to get a chance to go for 80, and it's going to be a decent opportunity too. Damn, Fox says, nope. They set it up. Trey Lyles, open corner 3. Air ball. He probably there was probably contact there for him to miss that badly. He's complaining about it too. But the Kings came a call away from getting a chance to shoot 3 free throws to make it an 80-point first half. 77-57. What the hell, man? But yeah, I'll be real. I think when your team gives up 77 in the first half, it's ethically like passable to quit a watch long at halftime, especially on a Friday night, especially late on a Friday night. Anyways, I'll see. I'll gauge the vibes after Kenyon's done on the stream, and then we'll see. But yeah, we're down 20. At some point in the game, I think at the beginning of the second, my whole thing was I'm like, I know we can't defend. The Kings are a pretty explosive team offensively. Not gonna particularly focus on our defense being bad because it just is bad. And I don't think there's a whole lot to talk about there. But at least we can talk about the offense and say that, like, you guys should be able to score on the Kings better than you are. So we can talk about that. But then when from that point it gets to this and your team's giving up 77, now you got to look at the defense and say, okay, under no circumstances is this okay or passable. They are shooting 52% from the field. Sorry, 54% from the field and 52% from three. That's so bad. Like beyond bad. They're shooting threes like they're twos. What are they shooting from the free throw line? Bro, wait. I gotta pull this up. Wait. It's probably here. Oh my goodness, it is here, people, in all its glory. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this set of numbers right here. I gotta move this. 55% from the field, 52% from the 3-point line, 43% from the free throw line. Mic drop. You know, like, what the hell is that? What the hell? When a team shoots their worst out of all their shots from the free throw line and they have 77 points in the first half, what the hell is that? So the free throw disparity right now must be even wilder. We're outscoring them at the free throw line by 11 and we're down 20. That means if the free throw, distribution was equal, we're getting smoked. We're getting smoked now, but we're getting smoked even worse. That is a rough first half, man, on both sides. I'm actually just going to keep this here for the conversation with Kenyon. This is going to be the backdrop. I'm going to move it like, hold on. Let me move it like this. I want to make it the focal point. I don't want to put the Raptors side of it on there. Cause yeah, okay. I can pull the comments up and it's still visible. Dope. So that's what we're going to do, people. The worst percentage was the free throw line. And they're up 20 points. And again, I just want people to know, right? They're up 20. They're up 20 and they got 15 points from JaVale McGee and Trey Lyles. Yeah, how frustrating that is? You know how not fun that is? If we could have just held Trey Lyles and JaVale McGee in check, it's probably still a game. But yeah, to get into this wild ass, actually we'll probably talk about Siakam mostly, but also maybe this first half. I see you're setting up still, bro. Just give me a thumbs up when you're good to go. All right, we're good to go. Okay, what's going on, Kenyon? I think you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't sound cartoonish or weird.
Nah, you're good.
Cool. Yeah, man. Okay. I don't know if you've ever talked about it on this channel. I don't think this dude can coach.
So I definitely haven't talked about it on the channel. I've definitely been slow to get to it. But like, dude, this is bad. This is so bad.
Like, I don't know. I heard that basically in the Detroit game, Pascal had to beg to get back in earlier. If you look closely, this dude holds up. He holds up a like a spreadsheet. I've never seen a coach hold up a spreadsheet each game, walking around with it folded in his hands. That's some weirdness.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't football. There's no play sheet.
He has no feel for the game. It's I've never seen, like, usually they have some or they learn, but he's always like, his management of the game is just awful. Forget what trade happens. I seriously worry about his long term. There's some things that he's implemented that I don't mind. So I'm not saying he's like the worst coach in the world, but his management of a game is just abysmal. And to be fair, trying to do this egalitarian system, it doesn't work in basketball. You have to have some form, like, wasn't the whole point role definition?
Yep.
So I mean, hey, we're getting right into the game by doing that.
Yeah, to your point about like basketball and where it's at, like every team is based on having focal points that essentially make the job easier of lesser players, because like an egalitarian offense, like even theoretically kind of only makes sense if you have like a bunch of players that are like at least of a certain level, and that's just not possible from a roster building standpoint under like this way of doing basketball. Like if this was like a different sport, there was no salary cap and you can kind of just cook, maybe, right? But you're never going to have enough good players to run that kind of way of playing um in the NBA. So you have to have good players that make other people's lives easier. And we saw Pascal do that to a high level with a very low level supporting cast for a while, right? The things that people complained about with the Raptors under Nick Nurse, you could say that at certain points we saw one kind of extreme, but we've swung too far the other way. We need our best players to create advantages for other players. Like guys are not good enough. A player like Jakob Poeltl, he needs a lot of help.
Like people talk about Pascal being spoon fed, and it's like, okay, what do you think about Jakob Poeltl? Like, how do you think he scores? Like, he's not breaking some dude down. Like, what are we doing?
That's my thing. I'm looking at Jakob Poeltl and I'm like, we need to get him in as many short roll situations as possible. But like that just is what it is. Like I don't know how many other situations you're gonna see something particularly good from him.
Yeah, but of course, $20 million center can't play 25 minutes, but can't
Top 10
afford our
center.
best players.
Top 10 center.
Yeah, top 10 center getting paid 20 million, can't play end of fourth quarters for most of the
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
right? But let's trade Pascal. Makes sense. Cool.
Shot puts free throws.
I say it's like beer pong. Like,
that's a good point. It kind of is. And from his height, that kind of, for some situations, might be kind of what beer pong is like. Interesting. That being said, I think a better beer pong player would still, do fare better at the free throw line. Like it's bad. It's really, really
most
bad.
likely.
It's really, really bad. You brought up the Pascal Siakam trade. So my question about what happened today is like, I'm less invested in like the situation itself with the trade. I just want to know why and how did that get to Shams?
I have no idea. Shams is a clutch client, right?
Shams didn't have the Grady Dick draft pick.
Yeah.
He didn't have
It's
that.
coming from the Kings.
But why would the Kings put that out?
Which part?
The whole thing.
I have no idea.
No,
Man.
not that it's over. The initial thing, because the it's over thing could only come from one party, right?
Yeah.
It makes no sense for the Raptors to put that out. But why on earth would what? Like I just don't understand. Because bro, we don't leak real shit. We don't leak actual things.
No.
So okay, this is out there. What is the strategy or what is the benefit from putting this out now while we're literally about to play that team in the middle of a road trip with a pizza party on the line? Like this is the thing, right? This report may have gotten in the way of the pizza party.
Yeah, it's chaos. It's listen, man, I in the summer on Twitter there were like spaces every day about like Pascal Siakam trade rumors and stuff like that. And every single day people were like, this is the day, man. This is he's really going this time. You don't know what you're talking about. Today, he's gonna be gone. AJ Griffin, welcome. Welcome to these dudes aren't here. we didn't do anything. So to me, what happened to Nikola Jokic's arm? Sorry, I
I
was
don't
seeing the
know.
highlights. It was like he
I
got
know they're
scratched up by
losing though.
Draymond.
Jeez.
Yeah, it looks rough, man. I don't know. I just think at some level, like I just don't. I'm not real. I'll talk about it with you, but I'm tired of the daily. Like I have to have a conversation about trading Pascal Siakam. Like
Right.
any player on our team. Imagine every day we only get to talk about one thing. We don't even get to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. No, we had to talk about. Everybody had to talk about Masai, right? For the longest time. Um, there's always been a talking point. But like the thing you said about not enjoying the game and kind of always having to talk about it is like it's funny you say that because I was talking to somebody at work today and I was like, dude, we're actually in a pretty decent spot where like we kind of shouldn't and don't have to do anything. Like we can just play basketball and let the basketball determine the next move, right? Because my outlook for this year was always just play ball for a little bit and let the basketball dictate the next move. And I think it did. And I think the next move happened. But I think we're in the same spot again. And I was just talking about it. I'm like, look, we can probably get a Pascal deal done, right? Um, we can play ball in a way that like his value will stay intact now. I was worried about his value tanking. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. I'm actually very certain if anything, it could potentially get better. Um, you might see a little bit of you might see Pirtle's value go up a bit. Like people's values are going to go up a bit, right? You can just play ball, retain value, potentially increase value, and make the next move as it reveals itself, right? And I felt so certain about that. I felt so safe in that, and I actually felt good about that, right? And then I'm on the train, and I see the Pascal Siakam stuff, and wait a minute. And again, right? I'm like, we don't leak real stuff. We leak nonsense, right? So this is not coming from the Kings. It makes no sense for them to reveal their trade discussions for a player. But and like to quickly respond to this, didn't he say contender? So he said contender in the text of the tweet, but when you click the video, he specifically said the Kings. Um, and then he eventually followed it up about an hour later saying they pulled out of the trade, but it's fluid. So he's like, hold on. They're emerging as a strong candidate. One. Step two, they're pulling out of the trade. Step three, it's actually fluid. So they could be back. So like we just did a whole bunch of nothing. Nothing was achieved. Again, the only thing that happened is the pizza party was compromised because they can't focus on getting this third win with all the trade discussions swirling. So now they don't get a pizza party. It's as simple as that.
Hey man, maybe they're so cheap they don't want to pay for the dinner. Um,
Bro,
I
does the
just
dinner count towards the luxury tax?
I don't know, but I know it's coming out of Darko's pocket, and we don't know what he's making.
That's true.
So
That's
and
true.
I've actually legitimately asked reporters. I'm like, does anyone know? Because like we know for every other coach that's been hired this year,
Yeah.
we don't know his salary, we don't know his terms.
Right.
So might be cheap to get rid of him too. What I will say is this. Yeah, like I don't know where you land on the Pascal Siakam front. You know where I felt with OG, and I think that was a correct move that was made. So I'm really happy about that move was made. Um, I think it was a move that could have came earlier. I'm actually happy that we got RJ. I think RJ being here also shifts things just from the standpoint of what you're looking for in a return, because I already hear people saying we're going to get Jarris Walker and start him over RJ. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Jarris Walker has barely played NBA minutes.
Did he not get a G League stint?
Jarris Walker?
Yeah.
He's in the G League right now. He's ripping it up in the G League, but
Oh, geez. Yeah. I know he's like a focal point on that team, and he's probably going to cook everybody. But like, that's what I had heard.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like in terms of in the actual NBA, he hasn't played
Yeah.
much, if at all.
Right.
So, like, I don't know, man. I just, to
So
me,
hold on.
Jarris Walker doesn't make sense.
So here's my thing, right? Because you said you don't know where I stand on a Siakam trade, right? My
Mm,
my stance changed quite a bit after the OG trade because my initial thing was is that prior to any trade was that we need guards, like we need guard help, in the worst way. And I just thought that we would probably have to trade Pascal to get guards. I actually wasn't like all the way confident that an OG trade could get us what we needed, and like it
I
kind of
told
just
you.
turns out the Knicks are stupid. Um, like
Told
you
you
know,
in
like
summer, man. We could have had Case and Wallace.
bro, it just turns out that whenever we needed, the Knicks are there to bail us out. Do we need to get out of Andrea Bargnani? Go to the Knicks. Do we need some guard help? And honestly, every team has leverage on us in a trade. Go to the Knicks.
The
Um,
Knicks even bailed us out because we tried to trade Lowry and Dolan stepped in and said, "Nah, you guys keep Lowry,"
yeah, 100%, 100%. He's like,
which
nah.
which might happen again here with Pascal. To be perfectly honest,
Definitely, definitely. So that's uh hold on. Jarris Walker is the Indiana Pacers first round pick.
yeah.
He does not have a role on the team. Bro, they're hitting more threes. He does not have a role on the team, so he's in the G League right now. But like they're talking about that as if like they literally just don't have a spot for him in the rotation. Like they just have too many guys or too many forwards specifically. So I don't
Yeah, but
know.
he's a defensive guy. You think that like can he you know what I mean? Like they're the worst defensive team in basketball. You think a guy who's like the best defender in college basketball, which he was a really good defender. You'd
Yeah.
think that he'd get like a couple minutes. He's played 9 games and he's shot 27%, up from
Jeez.
14%. And
Jeez.
that is not our savior. I'm sorry. I do think in the future he will be a good player. Here's the other thing though. He's kind of like, I don't know if it's Dwayne Dedman or something, but like he's 6'5", right?
Yeah.
But really he's like a forward,
Yeah. No, big like
like
here's the
a
thing is
power
like
forward.
not that it's not PJ Tucker, right? But that's kind of who comes to mind whenever you got like a two guard sized forward. Like because PJ Tucker was literally the two guard initially in his career who slid down to all the way to small ball five by the end of his career. But like, yeah, it's those kind of vibes, but it's just like, I don't know. That player to me is like the sixth player you add to your team.
Like, can we get like a backup big? Like, can we just get like a Kelly Olynyk or like something like that and just call it a day? Like, to me, that's what we need to do right now.
Well, did you see the Jonte minutes today?
Jonte looked good. He did.
Today?
Today, I didn't see much today.
Oh no, he looked good yesterday. He looked terrible today, bro. It was bad.
Okay.
It was bad today. He got pulled. He played like, let me see how many minutes he played. I'll
I
break
saw
it
the
down.
end of that stint
So yeah.
where
So
he
he
chucked up the shot.
he played.
It was a clean shot. I shouldn't say
No,
chucked up.
that was fine. He played 6 minutes.
Yeah.
They pulled him off for Chris Boucher. Mind you, Chris Boucher had not played at that point yet, and at that point there had been three players off the bench, right? So Chris
So
Boucher, it looked like he was going to be out of the rotation. Jonte was just tragic, so they had to put him in. But basically, Jonte Porter, first possession of the game, right? Gets the ball, swings it across the court, turnover goes the other way, fast break, they score, right? Um,
yeah.
Next possession after that, he didn't do anything offensively. On defensively, he gets cooked by De'Aaron Fox. Whatever, right? That happens. That's life, right? It's like he's at the basket defending, and Fox basically just fakes him one way, goes the other. Whatever, right? That happens. Next possession, Sabonis basically goes through him and then over him, just like puts a shoulder in his chest, moves him like under the basket, then gets the contact and finishes. Then Jonte, I think he got fouled and shot free throws, and I think he made them. But then he left Harrison Barnes in the corner. Like this all happened in 6 minutes. There's not enough possessions for all this bad stuff to happen. But like again, that's fine, right? Like G League players are allowed to make mistakes. That's fine. I'm not like particularly bothered by that. But that is the state of our backup center position, because it's him or Thad Young, who was I think you called him rickety in the chat in the preseason. Very accurate and descriptive word.
Needs oil, man.
For
Needs an
real.
oil change.
For real, bro. And then we have a guy studying for the LSAT on this team as well. Like,
Is he actually?
Yes, Garrett
Oh,
Temple. Yes,
I
he's
thought that was
studying.
just a joke. I didn't know that was for real.
No, he wants to go to law school. We have a guy that's
Good for him,
basically like building his second career right now.
my man. Hey, man, he has the time.
Oh, of course, bro. This guy's not playing
You
basketball.
see,
What the hell?
you imagine seeing him with a book on the
Nah, I can.
he has an eye, man. He's doing like, like
He's
the
doing
equivalent of like
LSAT. He's doing
MCAT questions
LSAT
and
prep
stuff.
tests during the meetings.
No doubt, no doubt. My
Oh
man,
man,
he even has the suit on, ready.
no,
Look at all prim and proper. Good for him, man.
100%. He's like, yo, I'm getting my Bay Street on right now. I'm starting early.
Hey, man, I don't hate it.
I really don't hate it at all. But again, why is he like? I don't
Why
know.
is he here? I
Joe, but
told
just
you,
like,
man. He's a very expensive social worker.
but actually though, like that's what it is. He's a very expensive staff member.
Like, here's the thing, man. He might be making more than our coach too.
Could be.
Like the thing is, right? Is hold on one second.
But I feel like they basically just like let me think of the example I'm trying to cook. All right, so like what Bruno Caboclo was to Giannis, because you know how like Masai wanted Giannis, he couldn't get him, so he got Bruno Caboclo, right? Garrett Temple is like the Bruno Caboclo to Udonis Haslam's Giannis, like that's what it is. I think he just wanted like a OG figure in the team, and it's like you can't just like artificially create that. Like this random prospective law student is not gonna fill those shoes. Also, here's the thing, right? If you want that kind of figure, James Johnson was right there. And like James Johnson was literally brought in for that mid-year. Their team got in a scuffle one time and they said, we want the black belt. It gets like that, people. It's a 16-point game. I'm still not watching too closely. Don't know how serious my interest is in that at this point. But we got some good conversation going. Kenyon is hold on, let me do it right here. What's it called? If you guys can see, y'all see that name right there, Basketball Rewind, right? That is the channel that Kenyon runs. You guys need to go check that out. Make sure you run the numbers up over there as well. Whoa. What the hell? There we go. But yeah, you guys got support over there as well. I will be there at some point. Is it still halftime? It is not still halftime. It is still like a damn near a 20-point game, but it is not halftime. We are 4 minutes into the first. But shout out Young Kobe for tapping in. I know you are not a Raptors fan, but you're here supporting quite a bit. So much appreciated. It does not go unnoticed. Young Kobe is a Blazers fan, people. So I do look forward to the next Raptors Blazers game for that reason. But yeah, Scotty with a perimeter or a 3-point block. Those are always satisfying to watch at least. Did he bench RJ? Did he bench RJ? RJ started. He started the half and then he benched him for Schroeder. Bro, Pirtle got to go 100%. It's frustrating to watch Pirtle, man. And again, like, what's it called? You're up late to watch this. People, Time to Shine is in the UK. Time to Shine, you can correct me. Is it now 4:30 in the morning your time? It's 4:30 a.m. And this guy is out here watching this Raptors game. On that money, is he tradable? Not for something particularly like worthwhile, but tradable, yes. Hold on. Is this live? Bro, this is live. This is live. But it's 4:30 in the morning. During the last game. I mean, at least you're a night owl. I mean, I'd imagine you'd have to be in that position. But yeah, like during the last game, our guy Georgie from Bulgaria, man, was tapping in at like 5:55 in the morning or like 4:55 in the morning or something. My point is, we got a lot of loyal fans tapping into like bad basketball, man. Masai has to make it pay off. It's a must. We got Pascal Siakam missing free throws. But I can't believe the Kings of fans are doing that much to distract him at the free throw line. Like, first of all, we miss free throws at home, so you don't need to work that hard to get us to miss. Second of all, you're up 21, and you are shooting 55% from three. 55% from three, 58 from the field. You're in the 50-50-40 club, but it's as a team. But it's like the nastiest way of doing this. The 40 should, bro, they're shooting 43% from the free throw line. Harrison Barnes, sidestep three. All right. He just missed a three. And my thing that I'm looking forward to is I'm going to see the 3-point percentage drop on the site here. Did it drop? It didn't. Maybe it updates slow. You know what I'm realizing? These percentages went up after halftime because I think it was 52 and 55 before. The Pacers gave the Hawks 150, bro. The Kings are about to give us 152. 250-point games in the same day. We have the second worst record. Can we just throw the season away? Damn. Thing is like a Siakam trade effectively does that, right? Because we could probably make a Siakam trade that benefits us long term, but I really don't think we can make a Siakam trade to benefit us now, which is the thing. So yeah, Siakam trade, which is like something that after today, I feel like it's gonna happen again. Why would we let that get there? Why would we let the report get to Shams? I mean, I'm assuming it's going to happen at some point now, like not to the Kings or not soon, but I do think it'll happen at some point. You know, the thing with that though is that like I think with a situation like Keegan Murray and the Kings, right? The Kings have no reason to trade Keegan Murray now necessarily. Like I look at it like if Keegan Murray is what gets the deal done from the Kings standpoint, I'm doing that at the deadline. And the purpose there is like wait it out to see if Toronto budges, right? For us, like we need Pascal Siakam, like we need him for the playoffs realistically. You just got to get him in before then. So it's not imperative that you get him now, right? The trade deadline is what, like 5-6 weeks? Just wait it out before you budge. See if the Raptors budge. Like it, you know, the way this old saying goes, deadlines make deals. Like from the Kings standpoint, even if I was willing to trade Keegan Murray, I wouldn't do it until the very end. So maybe it's that, but also maybe they just also don't want to trade Murray at all. The thing is, like you're not gonna it's similar to actually like kind of like Barrett and Quickly, right? But like if you're on a team that has established players and you're trying to win, you're not gonna develop young talent to their absolute potential, right? So guys like IQ and RJ were never gonna develop to their actual full potential on a team that was trying to win around guys like Brunson and Randall, right? I kind of look at the Kings as a similar situation. Like Keegan Murray is not going to be the best player he can be beside players like Fox and Sabonis. So from their standpoint, right, if they like, I don't know if their best their avenue to get the most value out of the asset that is Keegan Murray is to keep him. The way to get the best value out of him might be to flip him at his high point in value, which like you can argue when that is, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do. Like, do we know? I think we can say with certainty that like they're not doing anything in the West with this team. If they want to do something serious, they have to make a move. Their way of of making a move is Keegan Murray. There's nothing else on that roster that's enticing. So I think at some point they'll budge. I just think they have no reason to budge until they have to.
I think that they can move in the offseason.
Even that's another way of that's another time it could happen. Yeah.
Well, the correct move for them, Kings fans won't want to hear it, is to
Yeah.
probably move Sabonis.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna propose a random. I'm not proposing a whole trade, just a trade target for them. It'd be Cat
Cat. Okay.
because Cat kind of fits them really well. He can screen well. He can go downhill. He can shoot
Yeah.
from deep.
Yeah.
But for us, yeah. First of all, I agree with Time to Shine. I don't see the fit between Pascal and Sabonis. I think it makes things worse.
Yeah.
Um, and it just I don't know. I'm not interested in Davion Mitchell. Not
Me
interested
neither.
in like they're not going to give you Harrison Barnes and all their other shooters, so that doesn't
So
make any sense.
what are we gonna do with Harrison Barnes? You know, like
I mean, Harrison Barnes will help. He's not a bad player. I mean, if
yeah,
you really, I think the theory is that if you have enough shooting around Scotty in theory doesn't have to create as much for himself because the spacing's there. Now, personally, I don't think his handle's good enough to do it, which is part of the
yeah,
problem, which is why you want two other creators on the floor at any one time with him.
yeah.
Of course, the stands are gonna get mad at me and say I'm a hater, but it's true. By the way, what did you think of the All-Star vote?
Oh, him not being there?
Yeah,
Like specifically him not being there, or the All Star vote as a whole?
yeah. We could talk about both. Sorry. Time to Shine says Barnes is there to just Matt. I don't think that they want to get rid of Harrison Barnes. He's a still valuable player. I mean, he shoots 40%, I think.
Yeah.
Or what? Sorry, let me just look this up. Like
No.
he's
Also,
a
I think they gave him
good
a
player.
recent deal. I think they gave him a deal in the offseason, right?
Yeah. He's not. It's not just like he's not an expiring. Like he literally just re-upped. Yeah, he shoots like 39.9%. Like he's a good player.
Oh yeah.
Older, but he's a good player. But I think
Right.
obviously, yeah, like he's not the main get in the deal, obviously. So
Yeah.
that's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But that's why it's like if it's not Keegan Murray, you're wasting your time here.
Yep. They also don't have a draft pick that's like any special or anything.
Not until 2027 and beyond. And I really don't like your idea, which I don't know if we have the GM that's savvy enough to do this, but you want to be good within 2 years.
Yeah.
By at late, like people think we're gonna like without Siakam, like and with like Jarris Walker, somehow we're gonna be like a 6th seed next year, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about that. Like,
Yep.
like I'm just gonna go through the East standings right now. And let's just play a game of like imagine we traded Pascal to the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Okay, for their platter of goodies. Okay, so then next year, are you better than the Celtics,
No.
Bucks,
No.
Sixers?
God knows what they'll be next year, but no.
I mean, they're gonna have most likely Embiid and Maxey, so no.
Yeah. No.
Knicks?
I think they make another move to get better. So no.
And even now, I would say that they're like at our full strength and playing best. They're similar to us, maybe a little better.
Yeah.
Cavs, you could maybe say it's debatable, but as currently constituted, they're better. Because imagine we're doing this without Siakam on the team, right?
Yeah.
And Jarris Walker is your main piece back. Not even Ben Mathurin.
Right.
Magic, are they better?
Oh nah.
So I'm at 5. I haven't even gotten to the Heat.
Yeah.
You never count out the Heat, but yeah.
Heat culture, baby.
And then you get into the weird realm of and then the Pacers, because you just traded them Siakam. You're not better than them.
Yeah.
Okay. And some of those teams have young players,
Yeah.
like the Pacers, the Knicks, Cavs,
Yeah.
the Magic.
Right.
You're behind even further.
Yeah.
I think it's a bad idea to trade this dude. I'm like, I know everyone's like one track mind right now, but I
Yeah.
think it's a bad idea.
Yeah. So you would say that Pascal Siakam on an expiring is a better trade asset than OG Anunoby on an expiring?
I would not say that because I always felt like OG was easier to trade without you having to potentially take back bad salary, which I don't think that we want to do. I
Yeah.
don't think that they want to do just a salary dump because we're not free agent players. I know some people magically think that somehow we're going to like trade Siakam. And if that's the case, then just let him expire and go get free agents.
Yeah.
We don't do that here. Like maybe 3 years from now we'll get Shea, maybe.
Our sixth man of the year is our best free agency signing ever.
Legit. Before that it was like Jarrett Sullinger.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Bro, I
yeah, time to
totally
shine.
forgot about that human being. I forgot about that human being's existence.
Hey man.
That guy was fucking chunky in 2K, man.
He's the real Subway Jared, not
For,
the other guy.
for real. For real. The Celtics had Big Baby and that guy.
By the way, I think you're frozen.
No, I'm definitely frozen. This happens, but my audio's still good, so it is what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it happens.
Like I
But
checked the real stream too. I'm like, wait, is the real stream? And then I see you like just like look so concerned, man.
yeah. No, see the thing is like
Bless.
I actually might screenshot that and like put it on the thumbnail because that's actually pretty emblematic of like how this game has felt.
For real.
But it's like that. It's like that. But yeah, so you made a point about a GM and being savvy and being good within a couple years, right? I
Yeah.
think when it comes to maneuvering the trade market, like I like the idea of having picks if I'm at the bare bones stage of franchise building. Like we have nothing. Think Oklahoma City, like immediately after getting Shea, like, oh, we have nothing, right? I think draft picks are cool at that point. But like I think when you actually have some young talent you can build around, I think the priority should always be to get more young talent. Um, and the reason
Yep.
is like I look at if you get draft picks and cap space, like you're basically there's two things that have to have like you're there's two stages of getting an asset, right? Oh, Jonte just hit a three. Let's go.
Oh, there you go.
Jonte Porter threes, people. All right, but yeah. So it's like first you have the asset of the pick and like or the cap space, and then you have to convert that asset to an actual talent in the NBA that steps foot onto a basketball court. And if I don't necessarily believe that as a GM, like you're gonna do that, I'd rather just have the talent. And given Toronto's history as a franchise with free agents and Masai's recent history with drafting, I have very little faith in stuff like cap space and draft picks actually turning into like the real assets that again step foot onto a basketball court and put the ball in the basket. So
Well,
that's
here's
kind
the
of
other
what,
thing, right?
yeah,
Like if you get someone like that's why the quickly trade's so brilliant. You let someone else do the developmental work. You
yep,
let someone
yep,
else you have all that data on who these people are. So now
yep.
it's like I don't even have to like worry about any of that,
Oh yeah,
right? I just get a dude. The other thing too, I know some people will argue this draft I have yet to like look into, but I've been told that is okay. There's no generational talent in this draft,
yeah.
right? The Cooper Flags, the Boozer twins, those are in the next 2
Yo,
years.
we have Boozer twins.
Yeah,
That's
Carlos
fire.
Boozer, man.
That's fire.
Yeah.
They
So,
from Alaska too?
sorry.
Are they from Alaska as well?
I don't know, but they're
Look,
good though.
I'm gonna
Like
look them up.
they're projected to be like in the top 10, both of them.
Boozer twins from Alaska would be amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, man, it's like there's some interesting talent that's going to come into the league fairly shortly, and you know. But I think if you start counting up our young guys, if you include Koloko and the second rounder that's coming this year, and you also don't forget about Grady, we have about 6 young guys, potentially 7 if you include that pick. That's a
Yeah,
lot of young players.
you have the rotation kind of like you have a rotation that you can then like work on at that point.
Yeah. Yo, that's
Wow,
trippy.
that's wild, right? It's
Yeah.
super wild. Again, StreamYard kind of just hates me, but I'm back, people. Uh,
Hey man, I was gonna make a
wait,
very
is it?
bad joke there.
I kind of figured the lines you would go along, but
Yeah, I'm gonna avoid
yeah.
it.
Nah, thank you. I appreciate that. I haven't been flagged yet on this channel, but I'm pretty sure it'll happen at some point.
Hey man, don't get demonetized.
Yeah, when this like devolves into like a Twitter Spaces, like 8 people on a call, it's definitely gonna happen.
Yo, there's some wildness that happens in Twitter Spaces. You'll invite the wrong person in, and it's like a bot, and they just spam weird stuff.
Yep, yep. No, Twitter Spaces is like that's really like the jungle.
That's you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Do you remember I don't know your age, but so I might be saying something that you may not remember, but E-Bombs World.
E-Bombs World. Let me look that up.
This is like, but it is still, I'm sure it still exists, but this is like back in the day. The internet was like wild, wild. This is like Reddit before Reddit.
E-Bombs World. Oh, yeah, no, I have no idea what this is, but I just went on it and I'm seeing some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that this is not the window that's where the stats are
Yeah,
because it
no,
could have been.
yeah, don't do that. Do
It
not
could have
do
been.
that. This is one of the original, goatsy type stuff. I won't leave the other, but yeah. So those who know, just be careful. So that's scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. We're
Legit,
talking
legit.
like this because the game sucks.
Did
So,
did you did you see the did you hear the clip from a Warriors Spaces that
mm,
they played it on the Raptor show with like Will Lou and Alex Wong?
yeah.
Um, I'm gonna look it up.
What
It's
was
the
it?
greatest thing ever. But basically, it's like you know when sports conversations devolve into like personal conversations where like I think they were talking about defense, and then it turned into like you need to learn about defense, and then it turned into like I've been in this game for 30 years, and then it turned into like I don't feel threatened by you, don't threaten me. And I was just like, how did we do this all in 90 seconds? But we
Yeah,
did
no,
somehow.
yeah. There's some, you know, it's
There's a clip from a Heat Spaces that's so good too, and I just think eventually I that's when I'll be like the most proud of having this channel is when there's like a base of about 20 people and like 6 of them are not okay as people. You know, I think that's the right balance, and I think we'll get some premium content at that point.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, you got to be. I mean, thank you for letting me call in, but you got to be mindful of the call-in shows sometimes because you get some interesting characters that will swing through, especially if you just open it up to your broad audience.
Yeah, that'll
And it's
happen
just
at some
like,
point. That'll happen at some point. Yeah, I'm not ready for it yet.
yeah, yeah. I've definitely seen where it's like, yo, this is not the way to talk about people.
100%, 100%. That's the thing, like, because I feel like when I run something like that, it's one thing if I know the people talking and it's getting a little bit wild, but like if it were to just be 2 strangers getting up on here, like going crazy, like I'd have to be careful of what I allow and don't allow and what precedents get set. And I'm not ready for the precedent setting. Ironically, while I'm wearing a shirt that says set a new precedent, but yeah, so I'm not ready for that, so I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say like I gave the wrong person like a Discord,
Oh
uh,
no.
and then like my friends were like, you need to make a new Discord channel.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very much like letting people come to like a hangout. Like you bring the wrong person, it's over.
Yeah, you're not invited anymore. You ruined
Yeah,
it because by the way, end of the third, 107 to 97, I believe.
that's outdated information.
Yes.
It's outdated information. The Kings hit a three.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. No. Oh, John Tate three.
Hey, man.
He bounced back. He bounced back. He took the benching like a G. He was
He took the
humbled. He came
personal.
back and hit 2 threes. If this comeback, oh my god, Kevin Herter hit it.
Yo,
Oh my god.
with Jonte, we don't need Pascal, man.
Facts. Facts. Oh, he's open. Jonte's open. Bro, Scotty looked him off. Scotty, do you even want to win? And he took a charge. Bro, Scotty, do you even want to win? The guy with the hot hand was open. Man. That's a flop. That's a flop. They were going to review this for a flagrant foul. It is what it is. I was going to ask you, I know that they're tight-lipped about it, and like rightfully so, and they should be. But have you heard anything, or do you have any ideas of like even a timeline for what's
You're
going
gonna,
on with Coloco?
yeah, you're gonna ask about Coloco. I knew it.
Yeah.
I know someone who is trying to get information, and I'm not gonna blow up my source, so I'll just leave
No,
it
of
at that.
course you shouldn't. And if they're trying to get information, I'm assuming they haven't got it yet.
Yeah, I'll just say this: that there are people that are able to see things that aren't necessarily open to the public. But in terms of a timeline, though, I don't like that's the closest that you can get, right? Like that, like, but you won't. That is not like some dude like sifting through medical files or anything like
Yeah, I
that.
was gonna say, I was like, is your source at St. Michael's? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like an
No,
OVO Center or St. Michael's?
St. Joe's. No, just
Okay,
kidding.
damn.
It's close to the OVO, right?
Jeez, yeah.
No, no. I just, yeah, it's just there's certain times when you see, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. There's,
Bro, it is what it is. Because that's just the thing. Like, that's very much like an asset that you look at. And you don't know you don't know how you can count on it, because like it gets to a point where you eventually question, like, is he gonna be able to play the sport anymore? Because like that's a thing.
yeah.
That's a thing that happens in the world of sports. It tends to happen at a much younger age, but people do discover medical stuff that just stops them from playing sports. That's a thing.
Well, you just like I don't know, like do we need like a disabled player thing or like what, right? Like you just there's nothing.
That's another consideration. Also, I think this is year 2. The next year is unguaranteed, or like it's non-guaranteed.
No,
They
it's
have to
guaranteed, but that's it. He had a 3-year deal.
Oh, okay.
So next year
So
is
then, yeah,
his
you
is
have to
his
start making
contract year.
contract decisions, and like, yeah, you have like, of course, like individual, like as a person, whatever he's going through, there's like the stuff that obviously he needs as a person, but then like there is the whole other side of like, there's gonna be somebody in a building somewhere that has to make a basketball decision, right?
Well, you also have to kind of know what you. By the way, he's Time to Shine's asking you about the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm avoiding that on purpose. I'll get to it at like a dead point in
Okay,
the conversation. Like, I don't want to talk
and
about the
I'm
Eagles.
assuming they're talking about the Philly Eagles.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay,
Okay,
Time
I don't
Shine, I'm
watch
gonna get it out
football.
real quick. Okay, coaching is bad. Football, the NFL stands for not for long. You can't count on stuff from people for an extended period of time. Everything comes to an end, and so certain guys just aren't as good as they were last year. And yeah, we don't have the same injury luck we had last year. So that's really what it is. All right, we're good.
That's fair, man. That's fair. So I'm just gonna go give a plus minus update
Okay.
for whatever it's worth.
Yep.
RJ Barrett minus 22. Pascal
Jeez.
Siakam minus 3.
Oh.
Hurdle minus nothing because it's nothing.
Okay.
Scotty Barnes minus 25.
Okay.
Emmanuel Quickly minus 13. The
Okay.
rest are between minus 5 and minus 7.
There's no plus. There's not one plus.
Dennis.
Dennis is okay. To be honest, like that
He
kind
hasn't
of
played bad from what I was seeing.
he was. I thought he had a really good like. I felt like he was really good until the Kings started taking over. But like, it makes sense for nobody to be good in that moment because like the Kings took over.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to Trey Lyles?
In general?
Phantom roll. Oh, he slipped. He
Oh,
slipped on the court and turned his ankle.
well, no Team Canada.
He's limping off into the locker room. At least he's limping. Like as in like at least he's walking. But yeah. Yeah, I just saw him hit the court like he got hit by a sniper out of nowhere, and I was like, well, Scotty didn't elbow him here.
Hey, man. That's why they pulled out of the trade. Actually, he was rumored to be in it.
Oh.
Funny enough.
Hey, it's done now. It's for sure. Even though it's a fluid situation, I hate that kind of language or those kind of takes in like sports reporting. I just hate it.
What? What
Bro,
I
if
just
it's
said?
fluid, we didn't have to say anything in the first place, man. Everything's fluid.
Oh.
Just everything is fluid. Like, the Raptors probably want to trade for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Thunder aren't interested, but it's probably fluid.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, no, this is serious now. I'm like, why? They're like 10 teams interested. I'm like, dude, everyone's interested.
Everyone's interested all the time. The Knicks
I'm
were
like,
interested in OG for 2 years.
I said to a friend earlier, I was like, I'm interested in Beyonce. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Classic example. Classic example.
It's rough, man. It hurts.
It's pain. Maybe one day, man. Maybe one day.
Remember Jay-Z to mess up again.
For real, again, for the nth time, dude. Do you remember the Masai press conference where he's like responding to the Lakers wanting Nurse?
Yeah,
that's so funny now.
Yes,
that's so funny. Oh man, how quickly things changed.
Yes.
Everybody wants a Messi. Everyone wants a Ronaldo. I'm like, why are we talking about soccer right now? And then oddly enough, Messi, Ronaldo, and Nick Nurse all switched teams in the next year.
Hey man, didn't go to the Lakers. That's all that matters.
We didn't lose him to clutch, but like we still lost generally.
What other teams do you watch? I'm just curious.
What other teams do I watch? Let me see. The Thunder here and there
On a semi-regular basis. Okay, so Thunder won.
Oh, like yeah. So semi-regular basis is really like even that's probably stretching it. But let me see.
Detroit's still in their game, by the way.
Oh, that's good for them.
It's within 6. You hope they get that 4th win.
So I would say the Thunder, the Lakers, and the Bucks. That's about it.
Thunder's, Lakers, Bucks. That's a good group of teams.
That's basically SGA watch, Dame watch, and like the Lakers are just at the center of like the basketball world. So let's just see what's happening in Lakerland.
Think about this. I'm gonna make you very sad in a second. If you traded Fred VanVleet for the Bucks move, they wouldn't have gotten Dame. You probably could have got Dame for without giving up OG, realistically, or Scotty, because you would have had Grayson Allen. I don't know how you feel about Grayson Allen, but he's the guy who went to he ended up going to the Suns.
Yeah, he's a starter for them, isn't he?
Yeah, because they don't have anyone else.
And also, like worst case scenario, like as the Warriors have shown, like you need somebody if you want to contend. You need somebody who will punch somebody in the dick.
I'm not gonna say the person's name, but I will say I heard an outlandish trade idea for the Raptors.
Yeah,
that potentially even included Pascal. Yeah, and it was to trade for Draymond Green.
Oh, you know what's funny? I was gonna bring that up as a like joke. I'm like, if you want Kuminga, would you take Draymond as the salary?
You trying to get Scotty like mugged in the locker room by his own teammate?
That's my thing. Like Scotty's, that's one thing, right? But everybody's getting it. Oh my god, you know what he would like? You know how it would be with RJ Barrett?
Not good. It's you don't put the wolves with the sheep, right?
Also, bro, like the Draymond pods would just be crazy if he was a Raptor. I just feel like it would be just way different. Also, the thing is, I think he would disrespect us. I think he would take one more step into podcasting if he was a Raptor, right? I think he would do a live pod from the bench. Right?
Just podcasting from like the
Just
bench.
podcasting from the bench. Like he'll
He's
have
like,
his
"Hey
man
man,
behind.
like," it's like
Exactly.
turns around, just
Exactly.
like,
Like beside the assistant coaches, he'll have one of his like the volume people just set up
"Hey
with like
Garrett, how's that LSAT going?"
oh man. Yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad.
I can't believe the LSAT is a real thing.
The LSAT's a real thing, bro. Think about it, right? There has been a point in time during a basketball game that a member of the Raptors has wondered, like, I wonder how I can get better at sufficient argument questions.
It's like, you know what? I mean, I'm just sitting here. I'm
No, definitely, bro. I'm telling
I
you,
have the money for it. So yeah, you know what? Why not a career? Hey, listen, I'm 38. Might as well.
I'm 38. I have the opportunity. Money would be easy to make for me. Uh,
I could build my own practice from the jump.
facts.
Hey, I even have clientele. My fellow brethren in in the Players Association who just done goofed with some of some of the contract stuff. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, are you talking about the medical fraud stuff?
No.
Because that's
What's
in more people.
what's that?
Oh, do you remember? There's a bunch of ex players that essentially came up with fraudulent medical receipts to get insurance money out of the NBA's like medical insurance program, like for
Yo,
nothing.
what?
I think who's the Knuckleheads podcast? It's
It's actually called Knuckleheads. I think it's
yeah, it is. It is. It's called Knuckleheads. I forget.
what's
It's
his
one of
name?
the
Barnes. Derek Fisher's best friend.
yes. Yes. Damn. No. So Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson is up.
Yeah, I'm just messing around with the Derek
That's true.
Fisher.
That is his best friend though. Whether he likes it or not,
Yes,
tied together forever.
no doubt.
No doubt. For like 3 different things too, come to think of it.
You again. Hello.
It's like, nah, you just at that point, you just have to put your things aside and just be like, look, God has
Like,
brought us
listen,
together
man.
a lot in this life thing.
You are
We
something.
yeah, we cross paths way too much for this to be an accident. Like we should just be friends.
Yeah, listen, we exactly
We had similar careers. We have similar tastes in like quite a
a
bit. Like
lot of things.
we should just be friends.
That'd be a great movie.
It would. It like a buddy cop film.
Either that or a weird rom com.
True. That is true. That is true. Somehow, some way, we find a way to like include the Phoenix Suns into this.
Yes.
They would have to have a cameo in this movie.
Oh, I think I made a mistake today.
What happened?
I dropped Dario Sarge from my fantasy squad, and he's going off.
It is what it is, man. Things like that is why I stopped playing because it's too serious. It's way too serious.
Yeah, man, it happens sometimes. But yeah, I mean, back to the game. I guess we'll get an update. We're still losing.
Quickly just made it a 10-point game again. But apt. Fake comeback. Fake comeback. It's a thing that's all too familiar.
Do you think we make the play in? I'll say, because I don't think we have a coach good enough to make the playoffs.
Oh, I think we make the play in. I don't think we make it because we'll be 9-10, and that means you have to go 2 for 2. But
yeah, like we need to be an 8th seed or a 7th seed to like if we can go If we just have to win one game, we'll
Yeah.
make it. But otherwise, no.
You know
Oh,
what it is though? I would like to see us against Milwaukee just for fun. Actually,
yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I would want to see it for the sake of this channel, but like also for fun.
Hey, we would give them a good 2 games.
Facts. Basically, right? The game that Dame doesn't shoot well, oh, we're gonna give. Did you hear what Giannis said about the Pacers?
That he wants his ball back.
No, he said something wild. Actually, let me come up with a quote. I actually don't want to paraphrase this. I don't think I can afford to get
Oh,
this
okay,
wrong.
this is a serious quote.
Yeah.
By the way, Pirtle is now positive, and Siakam is now a 0 in terms of box plus minus today.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so
8
Giannis.
assists, 1 turnover for Siakam.
So Giannis, on the Pacers beating them 4 times, he says, "quote unquote," you think about it when you go home and sleep and wake up. You think about it when you go back and work out. You think about it when you're about to get freaky at night. You think about it. And I just thought it was one of those moments where I was like, Giannis, I know you've had some positive feedback on the like randomly horny comments you've made. This is not the one.
Yeah, I don't get that one. That could have stayed in the drafts.
That should have stayed in the drafts, but also it's like if I'm the Pacers, I was like, have we beat them already? Like, have is because that's when you're thinking about the Pacers. I think you're defeated. I think it's done.
I'd like to see that series if it's possible.
Hell yeah.
Now, I think that the Pacers in a 7-game series, the ultimate solution is just put Giannis at center and let him cook.
Yeah.
That'd be nasty, but it'd be a fun series.
Oh, speaking of coaches that like have issues, what do you think of Adrian Griffin?
He should not have fired
Stotts?
Terry Stotts.
Yeah. I
That
thought
was
that was like
wild.
so without knowing any details, without reading anything and knowing anything about the situation, I was like, at the very best, this is a bad omen. Like, like the very best, this is just a bad sign. But at the very worst, you're losing Dame's man. You're losing an established vet. Like you're
One
you're
of the
losing a
best
lot.
offensive minds in the game by many people's
Estimation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Not ideal.
Not ideal at all, man. Not ideal at all.
But for the Raptors,
It's an
Terry
8-point
Stotts
game.
is available.
He is available. He is available. And for what it's worth, when did he start in Portland? Because he had
time to shine. He let him go about a week before the season started.
Yep. Yeah. Like he let him go at a time in the year where it's like
It's literally
time
end of
to lock
training
in.
camp. It's like, I bet. Peace.
For real.
Don't worry, I packed your bags for you.
He's like, look,
we'll
I'm
mail
the captain.
you. We'll mail you anything.
For real. For real. He's like, yo, I'm the captain now. And that's just, I don't know. That's just a tough thing to sell me when you have no experience. The stakes are this high with your roster. And that's the guy who used to coach Dame. Like,
well, and like also like that is like, I don't know, man. Like it just, the timing and everything is really wonky. So I think it's a bad move. It's a bad sign.
yeah.
And right now it looks like it will come down to this way too early. Eastern Conference Finals predictions: Bucks are not going to be there. I think it's Sixers and Celtics.
Yeah, I think that's probably honestly the thing is like that's kind of it's an upset, but it feels like I don't know, it feels like the safer pick because the thing with the Bucks, right, is like I understand. No, I don't understand just assuming they're gonna round into form, but it's I like they're the team that you look at it and I'm like, you look at it and you see a concept of something that could be good, but they're still just a concept. They're not actually a thing yet, right? The Sixers are very much the thing. They're the better thing right now. The Bucks are like the better concept theoretically. So I understand why like given the fact that people just assume they're going to figure it out, that you go ahead and say that the superior concept is the favorite. But like, I feel like I've seen this happen twice now recently. I've seen it with a Brooklyn team that had a bunch of great players that never really played together, and we all fell in love with the concept, and we just never saw it. Right?
Oh, 7-point game.
Yep. And then I feel like we're kind of seeing it with Phoenix right now. A bunch of great players who the concept seems great, but we just haven't seen it yet. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks kind of just go down as one of those concept teams.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We will definitely see. I think they'll give it a try. They'll definitely get a new coach if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
They're not afraid.
Yeah.
And you kind of go from there. You see what you have.
Yeah. So I was gonna do a series of streams probably in like September that I just decided I didn't want to do. But the concept would be like essentially like paving the way for landing certain players in the trade. So like if you're gonna, let's say, do a stream on SGA, the concept would be like, well, what has to happen for the Thunder and the Raptors for the stars to line up for a trade to make sense and happen, right? So on the Raptor side of it, I feel like it's pretty clear what would have to happen. You'd have to have a team that's ready to accommodate him and a team that has enough assets to make a deal happen. Like you kind of just need to stack the roster with value, right? But if you're okay, like looking at it from OKC side of things, what do you think would have to happen for him to no longer want to be there?
Sorry, so for us to get SGA?
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is like for us to get SGA has to no longer want to resign with them at the end of this deal, right? Like that's step one. That has to happen. So I'm just looking at it like based on where the Thunder are as an organization with all their assets, like what has to happen to that team for him to no longer want to be there?
A couple things. I'm gonna speak in hyperbole, but yet be somewhat serious.
Send Josh Giddey to jail?
Don't worry, he's going to Utah soon.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey, they're used to that.
It's organizational culture.
Yeah, shouts to Karl Malone.
Right. Nastiest mailman ever.
Careful of those mailmen. One day he's delivering mails, the next day, I don't know.
Nasty man.
In all seriousness,
yeah, you just wanted to make a good point about the Thunder, and I had to go left with Giddey.
Yeah, it's all good, man. That's
because you were like, nah, I might be speaking in hyperbole, and I was like, all right, so he's sending Giddey to jail. That's
I was gonna say, possibly Chet getting seriously injured.
Oh, bro, that's the other thing I thought of, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
You imagine how wild that stream would be? Because like you start off with what has to happen to the Thunder for this trade to happen, and it's like, well, Chet has to get hurt. The other guy got to go to jail.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't think Giddey's that good. So that's the first thing I shall say.
That's the thing is like whatever, like off court stuff aside, the regression on court is real, right? Also, like that's a wild hat trick if in theory like one player could be compromised by injury, the other one by like jail, and the other one by like something else. Like, like
the other one being litigated by Garrett Temple.
Oh,
that's the troika right there.
Facts. Okay, we got it. All right. Anyways, continue.
120 wanted to 126. So we have
Raptors ball.
Chance. So they're saying we have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Yeah, I think if Chet goes down for an extended period of time for whatever reason, and like they still haven't like necessarily won and gotten past the second round in the next 3 years, I could see him asking out. I mean, we heard last year actually before they made the plan, like he was basically like, I'm done with you guys sitting me, to get picks. I want to win. And you started hearing rumblings, and they played him, and they won. They probably actually could have gotten Chet in last year. They decided
Yeah.
not to. That's fine. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, to me, I think it's just it's really that, and I think if they don't make any sort of move
Yeah.
for the next 2 years,
Yeah.
because like really they only have like another year left. They need to make a move next year. It's not this year, but next year, which is why I keep saying if you extend Pascal Siakam, the Thunder are looming, like, and they have stuff,
They have a
and
lot.
that would be a good move.
Yeah.
Everyone says that they have to make a move this year. I think that they can go in, see what they have, see how those guys perform in the playoffs, and
Yeah.
then make your move from there. And you have better assessment. Your guys are actually worth more because they have playoff experience and all that. So, but if they do nothing, then yeah, I could see
3-point
Shea
game.
asking out. Oh,
All right, go ahead. Also, short roll on a Jakob Pertl pick and roll, bro. It's
yes,
the only
quickly.
way to get like high level hoops from Jakob. The one situation. Jakob foul. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I think
Jakob fouled out.
oh my god. Hold on.
Sixth foul. Yep.
Is our savior Jonte gonna check in? Nope, Chris Boucher.
Oh,
Because I thought maybe Chris was still on the court for some reason.
damn it.
Damn. Well, whatever. We'll have to do it with Chris Boucher.
No, man, it's over.
Nah, I'm looking at it. Scotty is on Sabonis, and I just
Have you noticed that they haven't gone to Pascal?
kind of.
Interesting. But
Okay,
yeah,
they
no.
got Monk switched on to Pascal. Pascal gets the post, the ball in the post, the double team comes, and we do nothing with the brief advantage off the double team. And IQ travels. Fuck. All right, back to the Thunder. This guy, as soon as I started paying attention, it was bad. Let me stop paying attention, and the game will be good again.
So yeah, I think that there's a couple of things that could happen. I think there's a better chance of you getting Jamal Murray.
So that thing, that would be like another video in the series. It would be like, what has to happen?
It's a good idea, man. It just might be morbid.
Kind of, but like I think there's certain situations like with that one, right? If I was gonna do it prior to this year, like the thing would have been like a part of it would be like you kind of want Jamal Murray to rack up chips with the Nuggets to achieve the idea of completion with his career there. You know, like that would be one thing.
Well, yeah, because he's already won a chip.
Yes, he's won a chip. Like, if in theory, let's say he wins 3, like, is he gonna be like, you know what, I want to rack up 6? Like, probably not, right? Probably not.
It's really hard to keep teams together for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Especially a championship team.
Yeah.
Guys want to get paid. Guys end up being like, I just want something else. Mentally, like, it wears on guys.
You might just need a purpose, right? And if you sustain winning in one place in one group, like it kind of defeats the idea of purpose at some point. So that's the thing with that. Like that's one way of looking at it. But then the other way of looking at it is like, probably honestly, that's the only one. Because like, oh my god. Bro, Pascal. So Pascal was trying to do to Fox what Kawhi did to Looney.
Did he go flying?
I mean, a little bit. Like, not really. He just fell backward violently. But you just putting your shoulder into people's chests like that. Like,
it's tough, man.
It's tough, man. Like. Yeah, okay, again, every time I pay attention, bad things happen.
There's a better chance of us getting Luka than there is of us getting Shea.
So hold on. So people made ties between Darko and Jokic. Should we hire Igor? Remember that coach that the Suns had? Should we hire him with the Slovenian connection?
No, I'm good. I'm good on that. You remember we got Grievous Vasquez and everyone thought that KD was coming here because he was
Yes.
like his roommate or some
Yeah,
nonsense?
because they played together in
KD still
high
ain't come.
school. To be fair though, Vasquez did get us OG and Norm, you know?
Yeah, shouts. Shouts to him.
Shouts for being a guy who made that happen. The tree from that Rudy Gay trade to this day is still kind of mind-boggling.
Hey man, it's still going.
It really is, man. It's crazy. Oh, IQ 3, it's a 2-point game. It's not over with Chris Boucher.
Off of Barnes' assist. And a Pascal rebound.
Oh, Lord, Dennis. Okay. Oh. Man. Played good defense
the pizza
for like
party
the
is
first half
still
of the
alive,
possession.
man.
What's that?
The pizza party dreams are still alive.
They are. I think Alex Wong tweeted, "Put the pizza in the oven."
Put the pizza in the oven. Hey man, cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga, dude.
That's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a higher chance of us getting Luka because of there's less things that have to go wrong. There's always just the Kyrie factor.
But Kyrie just needs to end up on the he needs to end up at like page 29 of the YouTube rabbit hole and Luka,
that's just it. He just watches and all of a sudden he's flipping through.
Bro, you
clicks
just need
on the wrong Reddit link.
You just need the algorithm.
All of a sudden it's like he comes wearing something.
Bro, you just leave it blank. Okay.
Blasting Ye's music. And it's a wrap. Luka's like, over. Get me out of here.
Luka Doncic, you are a Toronto Raptor.
Also, for Braun to come, listen.
Oh, just draft Bronny.
Exactly. LeBron.
Hey, thank God somebody called it. We got.
Hey man, don't get your hopes up too high.
I'm not, but like, somebody needed to call that travel. Somebody needed to call that travel. Hey, the way Sabonis span off Boucher, that hurt my heart. How easy that was.
Hey man, we do what we can here. We
really are. We're trying our best. Every now and then I see number 5 in a Raptors jersey and I get precious PTSD. I'm not gonna lie, man. It happened like twice today. I was like,
I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
The history of number 5s is very low. The bar is very low for this franchise. Do you want me to name a few for you?
Actually, you know what? I want to pull up a list for the stream.
As you're pulling it up, look, just give me one number 5 off the top of your list without looking it up.
Oh, I'm trying to hold up.
Bruno.
Oh shit! Yeah. Bruno. Okay, number 5. All right, there's 12 players. Guys, hold up. Are you guys ready? We're gonna unveil this as a family. 12
In the words of Samuel L. Jackson, hold on to your butts.
Michael Bradley. Don't know who that guy is, but I think he played.
He's a tall dude. Jalen Rose is probably the best.
Jalen Rose.
Yep.
Unfortunate associations 81. Quincy Doobie. Hold on. How does this show up on StreamYard? Oh, okay. I lied. Hold up.
Good. It looks good. I can see it.
Quincy Doobie. Will Solomon. Oh my God. Will Solomon.
Yeah, that's a throwback, isn't it?
Jared Bayless. Okay. Low key, I like Jared Bayless.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, the bar overall is low.
Nah, I feel good. John Lucas III. Love that guy. Random deep threes. That guy was the deep 3 shooter before deep 3 shooters. Austin Day. Yes. Day and night. Do you guys remember Day and Night in Detroit?
Do you remember the Austin Day trade? Who else came with Austin Day?
Oh, didn't we flip him for Nando De Colo? I think.
Yep.
We flipped him for Nando De Colo, who just recently got renounced.
Who still gets his yearly, hey, we still have your cap hold.
That he just throws out promptly.
Yes.
Bruno Caboclo. There it is.
Shouts.
Jeez. Damari Carroll. Oh
My
Lord.
man.
There's the one. There's the one
My
that drops
man.
the stocks, right? Because like stock watch, right? Okay.
Masai's finest.
Bradley, the stock is even, right?
Yeah.
Rose, the stock goes up a little bit.
Yeah.
Doobie, stock stays where it is after Rose. Will Solomon, it kind of drops the stock, right?
Yeah.
But Bayless picks it back up. Stock goes up decently with John Lucas, I think, right?
Yeah.
Austin Day drops it, not by much though. It's a marginal drop, right? Caboclo,
This is one of those
okay.
you know on Wall Street bets, the old
Yeah.
hold the line.
Yep. Yeah.
This is where
Yep.
we're at.
Yeah. And then
You
Bruno
buy the dip.
Caboclo. Bruno Caboclo is when they start saying, okay, we short this, right?
The man was a human victory cigar.
Exactly.
All right, so who's after this?
Okay, hold up. So Damari Carroll is really when the stock drops. Stanley Johnson, Precious Achua.
And yeah, Fox just hit a pull up.
Yeah, but okay, hold up. I feel like where is it? Can I make this go away? I can't. What's the number?
What number?
There's one that
15?
comes to mind.
15 is a good number for us.
15 is hilarious. 15 is hilarious.
Because 15 is like...
Well, hold up. Jakob Pertl is the only 19? That's wild. Alex Len is the only... Well, let's see all the onlys. So, Hidu Turkoglu is the only 26.
Will the Raptors sign Kyle Lowry? Maybe to a 10-day, not to like a 1 year. I don't think he's coming back for a full year. He's going to sign a 10-day and then he's going to retire in like a year.
I think he's going to sign a 1 day to retire.
Yeah.
Okay. Game on the line. Of Aaron Fox to the basket. Gets swatted. Raptors going the other way.
3-point game, by the way.
Left on the clock. 3-point game. Quickly. Wants to take the step back. Draws the contact. Throws it up. Almost gets it to fall.
Nope.
Boucher. Back to Scotty Barnes. A timeout is called. A timeout is called by Darko. Darko watched the offense struggle. Let a guy get a random shot off. And said, you know what? After the offensive rebound, I'm not watching this bullshit again. Number 15. Okay, hold on. So Vince Carter, right? Jorge Garbajosa, legends. Amir Johnson, quietly legend. Y'all ready for the next one, people? Mind you, there's 6 number 15s. First,
I forgot about Jorge Garbajosa. I forgot about
legend,
that.
Bro. Legend.
I forgot that he was that he was number 15.
Anthony Bennett, Greg Monroe, and Eric Moreland. Bro, that stock collapsed.
Hey, man, it started high enough that it's still good. We started from the top, and now we're at the bottom.
That is, yep. Oh, my God. Jared Sullinger. 0 is kind of wild. Bellinelli, James Johnson, Sullinger, CJ Miles, and Terrence Davis.
See, that's not bad.
Like, this is respectable, except Sullinger.
Marcus Smart with a 29 piece against the Lakers, man. Hey, man. Shouts to Marcus Smart.
Oh, yeah. Shouts to Marcus Smart. He got all the misses out of his system against us and was hooping. Today.
See, here's the thing. If we win tonight, which I'm not expecting us to win, but if we somehow do pull out a win and go to overtime and get a win, we pull ahead of the Hawks in the standings, and that makes me feel very good.
Oh, man. Next time, me and Damon do something together. But yeah, the Hawks are in a really bad place.
But yeah, no, these numbers for the Raptors are very interesting to see and look. Okay, Keegan Murray gets an offensive. Was it? Well, he gets a rebound. I don't know if it was offensive or defensive. 1 second left in the game, and quickly missed the time, and that is game. Well,
this is roughly fake comeback number 133 in Raptors history, people.
Our coach couldn't come up with a better look. Time to shine. I don't know if that's a statement or a question, but either way, no, he couldn't.
He couldn't.
We We don't have the capacity because we just don't. But friend, it's been good chopping up with you for a little bit. I gotta go do some late work. Or actually, it's 12:30, so I'm actually gonna go to bed.
I was gonna say, man, rest up and do the work tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
It's that time. It's that time. It was real, people. Basketball Rewind. Check it out. It's Kenyon's channel.
These West Coast games are rough.
They are. They are. I cannot do them, but
hey man, you did the World Cup every game.
Oh, that was fire. That was sick. That was so much fun.
Oh. I remember waking up and I was like, man, this man's actually awake. And then I stayed up for a little bit and then I passed back out. And then I came back at the end of the game. I was like, yo.
Hey, was that the Serbia game?
No, whatever the last game was.
Yeah. So no. Yeah. So I didn't do America Canada the actual last game.
Then it would have been Serbia. Then.
America Canada Serbia, right? That's my biggest stream ever.
Yeah, because that was like at 4 or 5.
The one I did at 4:45 in the morning was my biggest stream ever. Yeah, I had 300 people come by during the stream, and then another 300 after. It was sick.
People respect that, man.
That was 100%. People out of sympathy were just like, "We're clicking this shit one time at least."
Yes, yeah, because they're like, man, like you were one of few people doing it too. So
100%, and we had actual coverage too, man. We had the little trio, a Canadian, an American, and a Puerto Rican, bro. We got
there was no way I was joining at 4 a.m. or whatever, but I was in the chat.
100%. Nah, you were telling I cramped up at some point. You were telling me like, yo, drink water. I was like, damn, this is serious stuff going on. No, yo, you know what's crazy? I don't know if you were here, but when I did the stream after the OG trade, Tom Graham hit me in the chat, and he's like, dude, having a baby, we're at the hospital or some shit. We're just like, it's about to happen soon. And I was like, you're here with me? And then Nico from Puerto Rico was like, yo, it's my mom's birthday. We're out, but I just had to stop by real quick, talk about this trade. And I was like, damn. Really building this community during these big moments. But yeah, so we're gonna
like that, man.
It really be like that. It's great. I love it. So pizza party or die trying. We died trying. It is what it is. No pizza party. We're done with
that pizza's burnt.
That pizza's burnt. Did not deliver, but we're not getting a refund either. The time we spent on this
not delivery. It's Delicio, but not Delicio.
For real. Oh man. But yeah, people, again, we're done. The next game's on Sunday. Is it at a respectable time?
Probably not, because it's not a Pistons game. Have you ever noticed that Pistons games are always at like the best times? They're like 3 p.m. or 6
it's
p.m.
really early. It's really, really, really early. But yeah, no. Warriors Raptors is at 8:30. That's actually, I can't lie. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
When did this game start? 8?
This shit started at 10, man.
10? 8:30 is not terrible.
Oh no, 8:30 is fine, but like Bills Dolphins is at 8:15.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But then the Lakers one is 10:30, and it's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pivot into like non-game related streams. So like we're just gonna do that at respectable times.
Oh, actually,
yeah.
The next couple games, Lakers and the Clippers are both 10:30.
Yeah, hell no. That's a back-to-back as well. That's a real nasty schedule.
Yeah, I'm good. But shouts to the stream. I'm actually gonna head out right now. But shouts to a duel. Yeah, man. Hey, time to shine is egging you on. You need to do it now.
I might find a way. I just don't actually know if I can watch both. Like that, I'll stream both. I'll find a way.
Hey man, you just need a cross-eyed friend.
For real. For real. Need some help with that.
Either cross-eyed or someone with a lazy eye.
So I need some kind of help, man. A lot will be going on. But between the Bills and the Raptors, I feel like I could get a lot of local buzz for that. But it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see if I can make it happen.
Which team's gonna lose first? No, I'm just kidding.
No, which team that typically breaks your heart is gonna break your heart more.
Hey man, your heart won't be broken if your expectations are already low. So yeah.
I'm learning that this year, man. I thought those were times of the past.
I'll talk to you later. Take care, man.
Peace. All right, he's out of here. I'm out of here too, people. Basketball Rewind is his channel. Go check that out. again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, run these numbers up. We're on our way out. Like I said, I don't know if when the next time we'll get a watch along is, but we will be doing some other stuff. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything. Yeah, that's that. I'll catch you guys around. Peace.